Welcome back. Segment 2 on a Man Up Monday. The redoubtable one himself, Thomas Izzo. Thomas J. Okay, the highly questioned one, Ronald J. Miliaccio. That, of course, is. Yes. IDD, for those you know, I don't disagree. Segment 2, the cocktails have begun. Yes, I know it's Monday, but you weren't at practice tonight. It's not every day you throw your own kid out of practice, okay? For being a donkey. Okay, so, in any event. Okay, for you sensitive, sycophant, woke Sallies out there, you talk to your kid any way you want, but when my kid disrespects me when I'm volunteering to help him, no. That's how everybody reaches their breaking point. It's safe to say tonight.
I think anybody would argue with that.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say Tom was in the gym. Tonight was the night. So, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go to some real basketball. The SEC women's tournament was decided in Donnybrook fashion yesterday afternoon as the undefeated 31-0 South Carolina Gamecocks and the defending national champion LSU Lady Tigers went at it in a full-fledged Donny that literally became a Donny.
It did.
I mean,
there was a fight.
There was a fight. A girl hit the ground. Somebody's brother jumped over the scorer's table. It was mayhem.
A cop jumped over the scorer's table after the guy. That's where it got a little scary. I was like, why is there a cop out there? And then I was like, oh, shit, somebody came out of the stands.
Yeah, what the hell was that donkey thinking? What are you gonna do? First of all, they're girls. Yeah. What the hell? You gonna pull out your six? What are you gonna do? I mean, get the hell out of here, dude. Seriously, what a donkey you are.
I was trying to think of like the emotion you might feel because
you don't do that.
The girl who knocked down, I should say women. They are women.
They are women.
The woman who knocked down, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
It's doing the Frozen thing.
Oh my God. Shit.
I didn't realize I was handed a bomb.
I didn't realize it either.
The other one wasn't like this.
No, it wasn't. That's one thing. I didn't know what happened there. Hold on. Do I have napkins?
Shit, half the fucking soda's out of here.
You keep talking. I'm going to grab a napkin. You keep talking about the
oh, yeah. But the player on South Carolina who decked the player on LSU and took her to the ground, she was a lot bigger. And the player for LSU who went down, her brother hopped over the scorer's table. He was like sitting in the first row.
Her brother who's like 5'7".
But that, yeah, I know. And he came up and he put his hands on the player for South Carolina, which to me, you can't do that. If you're on the street and this breaks out,
baby, that's different.
That's different.
Yeah,
your sister just got laid out by somebody who's probably got 50 pounds and 5 inches on her.
More than 50.
I understand you getting in there.
Yeah,
but this is a controlled environment. Your sister's not going to get beat up.
She's not going to get boat raced.
You know, like, stay out of the stands because that just could have turned ugly in a lot of different ways.
Yep.
I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah.
But the other part of that, that there's a couple things I wanted to talk about too was Shannon Sharp's reaction.
Yes.
I thought that was kind of funny.
He wasn't wrong.
No, he wasn't. But he was. I thought he was going a little soft. Like, I don't think the fight was bad for college basketball.
I think it was good.
I think it was good.
I think it was
like,
good.
Look, nobody got seriously hurt.
No.
It sucks that players have to miss the first round of the NCAA tournament. That really sucks.
Yeah, but it's one thing if there's gravity. When you knock somebody on the ground, you're getting suspended. Okay.
But the part I didn't like about it was when, is it Mulkey? LSU's
the coach
Mulkey,
who's a multiple national champion.
Yeah, she's one of the greatest coaches in college basketball history.
She really is.
But she said, "I wish she would have pushed. I wish she would have pushed Angel Reese." Yeah. Here's the thing about Angel Reese that was super weak because I've respected what Angel Reese has done and the name she's made for herself, but she was doing a lot of bullshit inside the lines in that game that created the tension and the environment that led to the fight. The center for South Carolina who decked the LSU player, earlier in that game, Angel Reese pulled her hair when they were under the basket and was talking shit in her face on countless occasions. And then the fight breaks out. Angel Reese looks over her shoulder at it and walks to the bench and sits down. That was pretty weak. I usually don't get on people if they don't jump into a fight because everybody has a different reaction. But when you've been egging shit on from the beginning of the game, you've got to get in there. I'm sorry.
if you've been following Angel Reese for the past 2 years, as I have, this is nothing new. Let's be clear.
She's never done that before.
Yes, she has. It just hasn't been caught on camera.
Walked away from a fight?
No.
That she basically started?
No, I'm saying she has instigated many things. Whether it's just because they don't all involve, just because they didn't end up in a full blown Donny.
I mean, she's
doesn't mean it didn't happen.
She's
before.
definitely a shit talker.
Okay, and by the way, talking shit is fine if you back it up, and she's backed it up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they were losing this game.
And she didn't back it up by walking off.
First of all, she pulls a girl's hair. That's like me kicking you in the balls. That's what that is. It's like me kicking him in the balls for just.
Although, I'd have to defend pulling of hair one time. One time I got sucker punched, and I had to reach out. It was just a reaction. I don't even remember seeing it, but I saw stars, and then I reached out and I had the guy by the hair, and I was trying to stay up on my feet. His friends were beating me from the other side. I think that's an instance where it's okay to pull hair. Just throwing that out there. What Angel Reese did was not that.
That goes without saying.
I just thought I'd throw that in there.
You're at this point, it's self-defense. You're being jumped
Exactly.
6-1. I don't think
You do whatever you
at this
can.
point you can kick every one of them. In
I
the
should have
balls.
done a lot more than pull hair. But I was getting my ass beat.
This is where nut kicking is, I think, acceptable. If it's 6-1,
Nut kicking, biting, but I mean, but I could barely see straight because I had got
you got rocked, you got tattooed.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point is, Angel Reese is a known trash talker and instigator. So, and the video of her pulling that girl's hair is
bad.
over the line.
That's bad.
And this coach, this McCauley, who was well, let me ask you something, coach.
Monkey.
If your girl's so tough, why don't you walk away from what she started? Because in my experience,
Well, let me tell you.
if you're going to start it, you better damn well finish it. Because if you walk away after starting it and one of your teammates gets knocked on the ground because of what you did, that's the definition of gutless, of fraud, of bully. And by the way, that girl is 6'8", a little bit bigger than Reese. I would have loved to have seen her tattoo Reese, because I have a feeling Reese would have been out cold. Okay? She's a bully, and that's why she saw someone bigger than her that wasn't going to take her shit, and she wanted nothing to do with it. She tries to play it off as if she's the mature one. Are you kidding me?
Is that what she said?
Oh, go read her freaking response to this. The thing is, you started the whole damn thing, and it's on camera. It's on tape. So for your coach to make that asinine statement like you would have done something, if you were going to do something, you'd have been right there in the middle of it. You weren't going to do anything. That's the definition of fraud. Okay? So... And until I see if they and then she says in front of the mic, "Oh, we'll meet up again, will you?" Okay, okay. So now that and by the way, you know why she's saying that now? Because if they do meet up again, there's going to be security. They're not even going to look at each other wrong. So there's no chance of this becoming a brawl. That's why she said it. Okay. What she should have said was, "You had any guts like that? Oh yeah, you know what? You want to continue this out in the parking lot? I'll meet you out there." I mean. Because if one of my teammates got dropped because of something I did, I wouldn't have run down the end of the bench and said, "Oh, this is no place for this." No. No. So
the only positive is that she gets to play in the first round of the tournament.
Reese. Well, I think South Carolina is going to be okay. Just a hunch.
They should, but they lost their big. I mean, they should be playing a 16.
They're going to play a 16 seed. That they can beat that team without her. Okay, so, but the thing is, Angel Reese is the one who skated on this, and she started the whole game.
Yeah, it was weak.
And I understand a coach defending the player, but the coach clearly didn't see what happened. because the hair pulling thing is indefensible. It's indefensible. Yeah. Okay, so if I were a reporter and I saw that game, I'd be like, "Well, coach, since you're on this, Tyson, Balboa, or Creed thing, can you care to comment on the hair pulling incident that you're so-called Ali did?" What came in on that? Would you like to comment on that, coach? What are you talking about? Oh, it's on the tape, coach. The whole world's going to see it if they haven't already. Yeah. Your player instigated it. It's right there on the tape. You can't deny it. Okay, so what about that, coach? Because she walked away from something she started. So tell me again how, I love seeing her clock her. Well, clearly your player doesn't share your confidence.
Yeah, and my thing is, if you hadn't been the instigator, and then you want to give me the excuse of like, "Hey, I didn't want to get in that fight. I didn't want to get thrown," then
Don't instigate.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you weren't the instigator and took that approach, even though I wouldn't really agree with it because I always think you jump in, but I could understand that.
What I would have said,
you were instigating the whole game.
The only right thing that Reese could have done here would have been to get between them and say, "Hey, look, your beef's with me." That I would have respected.
Yeah.
Say, "Hey, I did this. You got a problem? You talk to me." That would have shown me something.
Yeah.
Because the girl the one thing that Coach Melky was right about is the girl she decked was half the size of her. Like, go after that girl. Well, maybe she couldn't find her, Coach, because she was hiding down the end of your bench.
Well, the other thing is, she hit that girl, or that woman, because
she pushed one of her teammates.
She pushed one of her teammates.
Yeah, so I get why she did what she did. Yeah. It's like, don't touch my teammate. She did what Reese should have done to her.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the reality. Okay, so this tough talk by Malaki, whatever her name is. Mulkey. Okay.
I think it's Kim Mulkey.
Yeah, and she's a great coach. She really is. But you can't make a statement like that. And again, this is where I get mad at the press because they let her off the hook. Because I'd have been like, the follow-up question is, well, Coach, get her comment on when she pulled that girl's hair under the basket and started this whole thing? Because that's kind of when it started.
It's Filipowski-esque. It's Grayson Allen-esque.
He can't help himself.
No, it is.
Must be tournament time, Coach.
Here's the thing. Like, I gave Filipowski shit for, the dirty trip and then faking he was putting his shoe back on.
Something you would have done.
You pull some. No.
It's an Izzo move.
If I trip somebody, I'd trip him and stand over him and tell him I tripped him.
You'd probably miss.
Fuck that. I wanted to trip somebody. Put him down.
I'll put him down.
I wouldn't fucking hide it. If I'm going to trip you, it's because you're being a dick, and maybe you try to trip me. I wouldn't just be dirty and try to trip somebody.
Maybe something happened to Filipowski first that we didn't see.
Then why was he playing it off like he was getting his
shit? Because he didn't want the ref to catch him.
Get the fuck out of here.
Why
the ref could catch me all day long. Yeah,
why else would
I tripped that bitch because he's been punching me in the back.
Yeah, but see,
Tom,
as you know,
if I had long hair and somebody pulled my hair,
as you know, the retaliator always gets caught.
That's fine.
No, not if he gets ejected for it.
If you're retaliating for something that's worth it, do it.
Look, I don't know what Filipowski said to the guy. He might have said just that. I don't know, but I'm just saying he was trying to hide it because if he gets caught doing it,
the second time he tripped. He tried to trip one of those kids. One of those kids storming the court. He tried to trip. He almost hurt himself.
9,000 people run at him like a herd of cattle. He blames the one guy.
So how many people you know that when somebody's about to steamroll them, they stick their leg out?
And then in the same sentence he goes, "I had to take it out as many leg as I could."
I would have.
Don't get mad.
But I wouldn't have taken him out with my leg out. I would have sturdied my base and started Reggie Jackson and people. Bang. This guy sticks his leg out.
The professional court stormer stopper, Tom is. I'll put a stop to this.
Okay, look, I can tell you that I have had things come at me before, and I don't stick my leg out.
Have you had 9,000 of them come at you before at the same time?
Well, yes. There was this one time when I was playing in Cameron Indoor, and look, we were down there,
I was wearing
look,
in my Fredericksburg. What was the Fredericksburg colors?
I was playing in a Division 6. I was playing at a Division 6 college, and we decided to do a home and away with Duke, and man,
a Division 6.
And look, we lost, and they stormed the court.
We were scrimmaging the Duke JVs,
and they stormed the court when they won because it was that big of a. It was that big of a loss for us.
Okay, they stormed the court because when they heard when Thomas J got off the bus, it was on.
That's right,
it was on.
People were waiting. People were sleeping in tents to get into that.
I know because of you, Thomas J. So they waited out weeks for those tickets. Weeks.
And the storm starts. Here come all the Cameron crazies, and I did not stick my foot.
You hate Duke so much that he actually criticized the way they defended themselves against a stamping herd of fucking Wild fans.
Dude, you could see him. He's got a prick mindset.
He's a prick.
It's like Grayson Allen.
Tom.
He was about to get hurt and he was looking to trip somebody.
You cannot get on your high horse when the 90s New York Knicks were the definition of thuggery, and it was them in the Heat with the two thugs. Them in the Miami Heat with the two thugs of the NBA, and you know it. Bullshit. Oh, now it's tough. You think Anthony Mason never took a cheap shot at somebody? I know for a fact that he did. How about Charles Oakley or Charles Smith or Xavier McDaniel? Any of those thugs? Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Oh my God.
Charles Oakley was in your face. He would punch you in the mouth. He wouldn't give you a cheap shot.
He took cheap shots. When you, you went up for a rebound. He
weren't cheap.
Yeah, the Knicks weren't cheap. Yeah, they were clean.
The Pistons were cheap.
No, the Pistons were dirty.
Thank you.
The Knicks were cheap.
Cheap might as well be dirty.
There's layered to no. Dirty's worse than cheap.
The Knicks.
No. The Knicks never did what I saw Bill Laimbeer try to do to Larry Bird, which is rip his head off in a game when he twisted him over, almost broke his back, and then Bird turned over and punched him. I'm saying that's dirty. That's way they were cheap. The Pistons, the Knicks weren't as bad as the Pistons. The Pistons were the dirtiest.
The Heat were cheap.
They were both cheap.
The Heat were cheap.
How can you stand there and tell me with a straight face that Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley and all these guys, these thugs they had?
Anthony Mason, I'll give you.
Charles Smith was a goon too. He was a goon.
He just wasn't that good.
It was goon. It was goon central in Gotham City.
Oh, please, you had the fucking choir boys up in Boston.
No, they weren't. They were anything but. They were fucking dirty. Kevin McHale's
dirty.
Clotheslining Kurt Rambis.
Scumbag.
The greatest play in NBA history.
Scumbag.
It's awesome, dude.
Robert Parrish would lay you out without even looking.
He laid out Bill Laimbeer, though.
Well, that's good.
That's who he laid out. Robert Parrish.
More power to you.
Robert Parrish struck a blow for the people that night.
That's right.
Okay, you trust me. What Robert Parrish did, all of America outside of Detroit.
Anybody not from Detroit loved that.
Well, I love that. Even the Lakers fan was going, "Bravo."
Well done.
Well done. Remind me to get him some brie when he arrives.
How did we get here?
We were talking about the fraud that is Gabrielle Reese, who starts a fight and then doesn't finish it.
Not Gabby Reese.
Whatever her name is.
She's not a
Angel
beach volleyball
Angel
player
Reese?
from the 90s. Yes.
Angel Reese. Angel Reese. I'm Gabby Reese. I'm sorry. You were spectacular. I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right, next subject.
That's not fair.
Goodbye, Angel.
Goodbye, Angel. We'll see you in the
Even though the other day Shaq said that Angel Reese was the best athlete to ever come out of LSU, and I was like,
wow. Shaq, even for you, that's pathetic.
Well, I'll say this, so I'm all about women. I have 2 daughters. But to me, fake props is patronizing.
That's fake props.
That's patronizing.
There's fake props.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Shaq, you came out of LSU.
You. 3 times. There's only 2.
There's no man or woman better than
There are 2 players in NBA history that have won 3 consecutive Finals MVPs: Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal.
Right.
But this girl is the best athlete ever to come out of Angel Reese.
If Angel Reese goes on to have this career in the WNBA where she wins 20 championships, maybe I'll accept what you're saying. But come on, dude. Fake props are patronizing. No. Women don't need that.
No. That's pathetic.
They don't.
Even for Shaq, that's pathetic. And the thing is, Shaq's not normally one to do that.
Shaq, I love Shaq.
I
think
too.
He had the right intent. He didn't Angel Reese won a championship.
Didn't need to say it.
All he's saying is, hey, I never won a championship. But it's like, Joe Burrow did. You know what I mean?
Joe Burrow? How's about Joe
Justin
Burrow?
Jefferson.
Yeah.
I think wasn't he on that team?
Yeah, he was. He was his main target.
Him
and Jamar Chase.
Fake props are not necessary.
No.
That's not.
That LSU Tiger team is one of the greatest college football teams ever. Ever. Yeah. That team could compete with any college team in the history. Any national champion I'd put them up against. They were that offense was that good. I mean, they made it look easy. Look at all the first round. Look at all the number 1 receivers in the NFL that were on that squad. Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. I'll just drop the mic right now.
Well, the guys I can't even remember who the guys on the bench were. The guys on the bench were like
they're all pros too. It's ridiculous. It's like fucking Coach Calipari's Kentucky team. For Christ's sakes, all the guys you can make an NBA All-Star team out of that twice with the guys he's had. I mean, and I'm not kidding. Shai Gilchrist for fucking Oklahoma City, Anthony Davis center for the fucking Lakers, Derrick Rose. Let me just take those 3 right there. De'Aaron Fox. Like, give me a fucking
Julius
break.
Randle.
John Calipari should have been undefeated every fucking season. Goddamn break. Just pissing talent. Pissing all over one. Like, fucking ridiculous.
Never hitting the bull, though.
Never. That's how you know Gino Auriemma is a far better coach. Because when he gets talent, he steamrolls everybody. UConn's had like 4 undefeated
seasons.
I
think the balance of talent in women's basketball is a little different.
The Kentucky Wildcats are the only program in the last 10 years where every single year they've gotten at least 3 of the top 20 high school prospects in America. That's true. In the last 10 years. And he's got 1 national championship. He should have at least 3. And I'm saying 3 because of the one and done rule.
Yeah.
I get that, but he should have 3.
Yeah.
He literally should have 3. If a boob like Jim Boeheim can get one with Carmelo Anthony and don't tell me
And nobody else.
Nobody else. Don't tell me this fucking guy. He's like a.
Did Melo have the guy with the Irish?
Jerry McNamara. Who was the best point guard in America in high school coming out, and his choices were Duke and Syracuse, and everybody said this day he fucked up by going to Duke because Krzyzewski would have got him to the NBA and developed him. Boeheim destroyed him. He destroyed him by his 4th year. He didn't even get to. He was undraftable, and he was the best high school. He was the next Bobby Hurley. That's what he was supposed to be. And
Bobby Hurley didn't have a great NBA.
He was drafted in the first round. His career was cut short by injury.
I never realized that.
Yeah, that's why he didn't. He got his injury. He had to stop playing.
How long did he play?
He played like 2 years, and he was not. I don't know if it was 2 years.
What happened? Did he have a motorcycle accident?
It was a car accident or something like that. It was bad. He couldn't play again. He couldn't play pro basketball.
It's like Jason Williams.
Yeah, similar. Yeah, both of them. So I'm saying
both from Duke.
Both from Duke. Duke's had a lot of bad luck.
But think about how many good players have come out of Duke.
He's got 5.
I know.
He's got 5. And he's got 16 Final Fours. I think.
So you're looking for more of a resume like that.
He should have a resume like that. Did you not hear the names you and I just rolled off? You're going to look me in the eye and tell me he shouldn't have at least 3? He should have 3. And I'm accounting the one and done rule. He should have 3 with that kind of. He could field 2 NBA All-Star teams. That's how.
But so Krzyzewski had better teams because they fit better.
He coached them.
I know, but Krzyzewski didn't have 4 NBA players.
He didn't put them in a gimmick pressing defense to which, by the way, makes it a fast break game so these guys can showcase their the dunks and the lobs and all the shit, the 3-point shot and all that shit. All he does is play a style that promotes their talent. It doesn't teach them anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Okay? And that's my point. And that's why I'll tell you right now, if Tom Izzo in Michigan had that fucking talent, oh my God. Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Would they do what Tom Izzo wanted?
Yes, they would. Because first of all, if they went there, that means they want to play for him.
Well, but they didn't go there.
No, they wanted the easy road.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to get that type of guy at Michigan State. Not 4 of them.
I think you could get 2 of them. And 2 would be enough. Because I've seen him win with less than 1 of them. It's true. So, in any event, in terms of that, we are in championship week, as you know. And one of the things I want to talk about is we're in the semifinals of the West Coast tournament. The ACC starts tomorrow in Madison Square Garden. The Big East, I believe, starts tomorrow.
A10 probably starts
A10 I think is tomorrow also. Do you know where Richmond got seeded?
In that tournament?
Yeah, they 4th?
Pretty sure they're number 1.
They didn't win the league, though.
University of Richmond?
I'm sorry, VCU, the men.
Oh, VCU is either 4th or 5th.
I thought they were 3rd or 4th. Yeah, maybe, yeah. I was curious as to where they got seeded.
Yeah,
they weren't going to beat Dayton twice. They beat them once. I'm not that
They
mad.
should have beat them.
The second time, too?
Yeah. They were up by double digits in that game.
They were?
Yes.
I didn't see the game. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Fucked up. And from what I hear, they were blowing layups, at the end of the game.
Oh, they were like the Wood Lake Warriors.
Yep.
Have open layup. We'll throw it over backboard.
All right, let's see. Wednesday, I think that's so. VCU number 5.
Okay.
They will play the winner of number 12 and number 13.
So they got to bye.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So A10 starts tomorrow.
Okay.
With 12 playing 13.
I love this
and
time
10 playing 15.
You don't understand
and 11
how
playing 14.
Happy I'm going to be for the next month. You just don't understand. This is my favorite time of year in terms of sports. Other than, again, I love October. I love the fall. It's my favorite month. My favorite time of year is this for sports. Because the NBA playoffs are ratcheting it up, and March Madness, and now that we've got this rivalry in college basketball to go with. Oh, that kid Caitlin Clark, by the way, have you heard of her? The women's, I got to use you. The women's tournament just got very, very interesting. And then there's UConn, who looks like they're back with that girl Paige, who's finally healthy. She's a stud. I mean,
Paige Buckets.
Yeah, she's nasty when she's healthy. This women's tournament might be the most watched women's tournament ever. It might be.
Dude,
there's a lot of that fight did something.
That's why when Shannon Sharp was like, Kim Mulkey, you want them to women's college basketball be marred by a fight? It's like,
you know what he said that pissed me off? Because Don Staley did the right thing. She took the high road. He goes, "Oh, Don Staley said that." And he never said it, but he was implying because she's black. Mm-hmm. And
I think he's probably right about
no, he's
that.
not. Because I'll tell you why. She's a national champion. She's had they would have given the same slack they gave the other one. Yes, they would have. Women's basketball. Women were always ahead of the curve on this than a lot of men.
Right, but no, black people are held to a different standard a lot. That's all he's saying.
If she said that, I would have criticized her the same way I'm criticizing this one. It wouldn't have made any difference to me. Because it would have been wrong either way. Okay? But I don't think she got...
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about what Mulkey said. How that was wrong to say that. It was wrong to say that. And she should have got criticized. I'm not saying she didn't get criticized for it. I don't know.
Well, you criticized Mulkey for it.
I did. And I'm not the only one.
So he's not talking about you.
I'm saying, but I don't think me and Shannon Sharp are the only two people who feel that way.
Right, but I guess he's saying like the media isn't crushing her for saying that.
Well...
And he's saying that for the woman who coaches South Carolina, if she had said something kind of glorifying or trying to instigate the fight, people might have come down harder on her. Now, you're obviously not one of those people he's talking about because you went at Mulkey for what she said.
Yeah,
so
if I ever
either way you would have done it.
Yeah.
But I think what he's saying, based on what you said, is like the media didn't really jump on her.
Well, I think I'm not defending the media here, but I think the media was caught off guard because they didn't expect that answer. And by the way, neither did I. When I heard it, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What the weird?
It's a little weird.
Where are you coming from with that? And then I started going back to your point about the whole, and they, of course, the thing is, ESPN did do this. They show the video of her pulling that girl's hair. Yeah. So she's like, look, not for nothing. So ESPN didn't let it go. They put it on the screen for the whole world to see. Yeah. So, and again, this is where I think the press wasn't they didn't fall for that because they weren't expecting that reaction. They were expecting her to say something similar to what Dawn Staley said. And she said the total opposite of it. Okay, so they're just kind of like, what? I don't think they were giving her a pass. I think they're in shock. Yeah, like, are you kidding me? Like, why are you saying that?
And I kind of agree with, I almost agree with South Carolina's actions in that fight. And
yes.
And Dawn Staley still said, we don't want to do that. We don't want to get in a fight.
Then don't instigate. Don't pull the girl's hair in the lane.
No, I'm talking about the.
Oh, Dawn Staley. I'm talking about Reese.
I'm saying I actually, when I look at what happened, I don't mind what South Carolina did because shit was being done to them. Yeah. And they finally, they finally got physical about it. And Dawn Staley still, even though I think they were in the right, she still didn't make a comment like Mulkey
she
made.
took the high road, and kudos to her for saying that because the thing is, and look, if you think about it, her player is the one that dropped that kid. Mm-hmm. So if she comes out and says
but her player was taking a lot of bullshit.
Well, this is the thing throughout the game. This is where I wish Dawn Staley had said this. She goes, look. Emotion, and she did say this. Emotions run high. I have not always been the perfect player. I've done, and this is where I give Filipowski slack because sometimes you do things that you really wouldn't do. Now Grayson Allen is that dude because he's done it a million times. I haven't seen Filipowski do this too many times. So to me, he gets a pass on one. If I see him do it again, then I'm like, all right, look, asshole. Okay. And again, I said if I was the ref, I would have teed him up.
Yeah. No, to me, the faking of the shoe. Yeah. That's what kind of threw me a little bit.
I'm just saying, I know why he did that because in his mind, if I get caught, they'll throw me out. Right. So I'm not saying he's right.
I'm like, I'm
saying I get why he did that because he knows what happens if he gets caught. Now look, the ref. We don't know what the ref said to him, but the ref probably went over to him, and I think he said, "Look, you know something." One time,
weren't fixing your
you do that again, and you're gone. Okay, and if the ref did that, that's cool because that's good. Because the ref's like, I'm not going to be the reason. I'm not going to determine you losing, but if you do it again, the record will show you were warned and you did it again before I threw you out. So that's a good ref, by the way. I give the refs props for that if that's what he said. It looks like that's what he said because Filipowski had a look on his face like.
Like Filipowski's going to the bench trying to where's the seat? Seat down here?
Let me see here.
Is there a seat down there in the locker room? Oh, yep. Got to get my ankle wrapped.
that damn Wake Forest crowd. Damn it, the knee.
Shit.
The knee.
MCL. Ref fouls him into the fucking locker room. Oh my
God. No, but if that's what the ref said, and verbatim, I think he did, given the look on Filipowski's face, kudos to the ref because he's like because he knows. Look, they don't want to see me. They want to see these two teams duke it out. And if I take this kid out, that's going to look bad. That's going to ruin this game.
Was it in?
It was in Durham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he might have got lynched too if he did it. But the thing is, Tom was right. Filipowski was in the wrong for doing it for whatever reason he did it.
Not a good term.
No, Okay, and again, what
I'm
I'm
talking about the lynch. Not a good term.
No. The lynch. Oh.
Saying that.
Oh. Are we gonna have this again tonight,
dude? That's it. Come on, we know what that is. I know you don't mean it like that.
I don't mean it like that. So don't take it that way.
It's not about taking it that way. It's just you could just say they would have kicked his ass. They would have screamed at him.
I think that implies the same thing. They kicked his ass. So,
but lynching.
But anyway, the thing is this: if the ref did do what it looks like he did, kudos to him for not being a factor in the game, but he was a factor in the game because he cleaned that up. It didn't happen again. Okay. The only thing I was saying is I don't if Filipowski just did that or if something was going on that we didn't see that started that. Sure. I don't know. And I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know what happened.
They were bumping.
I just know in the case of this South Carolina LSU thing, that thing got ratcheted up. Yeah. So, and then the South Carolina player, now here's the other thing. What they don't talk about, and you see on the camera, South Carolina's going to the bench, she's doing this right in front of the LSU players.
She was yelling.
Yeah.
She was like,
yeah. And the LSU player, now here's the other problem. The LSU team talked trash to Iowa last year in the national championship game, and they, but now someone does it to you and you can't take it.
You're crying,
yeah. If you can't take it, don't dish it out. Because that's what that looks like. That's really what that looks like. And so that's the other thing that she left out conveniently of that post-game press conference. So to me, LSU if you go back to last year's Final Four, they have a track record of this shit. I haven't heard too many teams saying this about South Carolina. I haven't. So
they're fucking 31-0.
They're 31-0, and they've got a national championship 2 and 3 Final Fours in a row. They can talk the talk and walk the walk.
But they also are led by a different person who obviously has more composure.
Apparently.
I mean, if you look at those two press conferences.
There was a difference. And honestly, I would have criticized Dawn Staley if she said that, but Dawn Staley knew what the right thing to say. Not escalate this with your bully of a player who didn't have the guts to stand there and face the music. Because that's what that looks like.
I wonder what she thought when she saw the video of Angel Reese walking away.
I wonder what she thought if she saw the video of Angel Reese pulling the girl's hair.
Exactly.
That knocked the girl on the ground.
Right.
Because and again, for her to say, "Well, don't knock over that kid," she says, "Hit Reese." And what she should say was, "Oh, you mean hit Reese because she pulled her hair earlier in the game?"
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're right.
Yeah, she should have hit her then.
Yeah, she should have hit her right there in the court. But she didn't do that. She composed herself, and she only came after that kid when she pushed her teammate.
Right, exactly.
That's when she did it. So it was a different instance.
She was actually, I was impressed at how well she was handling all the shit talking.
Yeah.
She was just like smiling.
Yeah, because she could lay out every girl out there.
She was just calling for the ball.
She could just
keep talking your shit.
Yeah, she could have knocked Angel Reese into the next millennium if she wanted to. So the thing is, this is where that coach Mulkey screwed up.
This guy's got baseballs in his thighs.
Did you see that? That's his kneecap.
That wasn't his kneecap.
That was his kneecap. That was his kneecap.
No, those were his thigh muscles.
No, those are like this. There was a baseball looking like that's a kneecap.
No, the kneecap was in the center. He had two giant bulging muscles coming from his thighs. That's like not even human.
These giant drumsticks.
Who was that? Was that Ronaldo?
It might have been. I don't know. I wasn't.
It wasn't. It was the other guy, not Messi. It was the other guy.
I don't know. Oh my God, that event has ended. That's terrible. Wait, where's the next game? Where's the next game? Wait, go to college. Is it where we're here? Hold on.
Portland State and Montana. That sounds like a Donny. Stony Brook and Hofstra. Hofstra, it's on Long Island.
Oh, you know what? Because 11:30, it's not on yet. The next one.
Stony Brook versus Hofstra.
Want to check that one out? We should. It's a low. It's a low level. It's not a mid level.
CAA.
It's a low
VCU
level.
used to be in the CAA.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see what's happening here.
When VCU.
Oh, this is the championship.
CAA.
This is coming up. We're gonna have a dance card punch tonight. We're gonna have a dance card punch tonight.
When VCU went to the Final Four, they were in the CAA.
Dude, Charleston's always there.
Did you hear what I just said?
What, they always used to go in there in that conference?
No. When VCU went to the Final Four, they were in the CAA.
Oh.
That's ridiculous.
What year was that again? 2010?
Yeah, 2010, 2011, something like that. It was 5 or 6 years after I graduated from VCU.
Oh, my God, that must have sucked. Why couldn't that have when I was there? That would have been awesome. Yeah.
They were pretty good. But Jeff Capel was the coach when I was there.
Jeff Capel. Dookie!
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See? Yep. And then I actually saw him at Cheesecake Factory one time.
Did you?
And I said, "Go Rams," and he went.
Then he went, "Fuck Duke."
Yeah. Well, he left us for Alabama because he had a couple good years.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Then he went to, he got money from Alabama. He had Blake Griffin at Alabama.
He did.
And then we got Anthony Grant,
Yeah.
who now coaches at Dayton. Is it Dayton? I think he's at Dayton. That's where he went. But we had Anthony Grant. He was a good coach.
And then Shaka came in?
Shaka came. I think there was one or two in between.
Between Grant and Shaka.
Well, it might have went Grant to Shaka. I can't remember. But yeah.
Grant was there when you were there.
So Capel was there when I first started.
Okay.
Then it went to Grant once Capel left.
Did you go to all the home games?
Not all of them.
No.
They weren't. It wasn't. I mean, it was still fun, but I was at a weird place. Like me and Casey were together.
Yeah.
So we just hung out off campus all the time.
Gotcha.
It wasn't like the typical college experience. We did 2 years at a community college, and then we moved down to Richmond and went to VCU for the last 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like I was in the dorms, walking to basketball
those
games.
freshmen,
That would have been nice.
That'd have been fun.
But
yeah. But
what are you gonna fucking do?
What are you gonna fucking do? Anyway.
Now that I've told my life story.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna close tonight.
After waking up.
Actually, we're gonna break real quick because we're at 35 minutes. We're gonna come back. One real small minute. Knicks Celtics. The weekend is over. Where are we currently?
Oh, yeah.
See you on the other side.
Go.